All right, let's talk kitchens. If you're upgrading, you've probably seen them. Two super sleek, flat glass cooktops. And you're thinking, they look the same, right? Well, not so fast. Underneath that glass, they are completely different beasts. So today, we're settling it once and for all in the Great Cooktop Showdown: Induction versus Infrared.
So let's get right into it. The big question we're going to answer is which one of these technologies really is the right champion for your kitchen. We're going to break down how they work, put them head to head on the stuff that really matters, and hopefully help you make a super clear decision by the end of this.
But hang on, before we can pick a winner, we got to understand the fighters, right? How do these things actually cook your food? Seriously, the science behind them is the key to, well, pretty much everything else we're about to talk about.
Okay, first up, induction. And honestly, this stuff is kind of like magic. It uses this electromagnetic field to create energy right inside your pot or pan. The most important thing to get here is that it's not heating the glass surface, it's heating the pan itself. The pan literally becomes the source of the heat.
And then you've got infrared. This is a bit more old school in its approach. It uses a really powerful electric coil or a halogen lamp to get that glass surface screaming hot. Then that heat radiates up and transfers into whatever pot or pan you've put on top. So it's a two-step deal. Heat the glass, and then the glass heats the pan.
So look, if you only remember one thing from this part, make it this. Induction is all about direct pan heating. Infrared is indirect. The surface is the middleman. This one single difference is the root cause of basically all the pros and cons we're about to dive into.
All right, now that we've got the how down, it's time for the main event. We are putting these two technologies head-to-head in a 5-round battle. We're going to cover speed, efficiency, cookware, safety, and of course, price. Let's do this.
And round one, it's all about the need for speed. You know when you want to boil that water for pasta like yesterday, or get a perfect sear on a steak? Which cooktop delivers the goods faster and gives you better control?
And wow, this one isn't even close. It's a total knockout. Because induction heats the pan directly, it is incredibly fast and responsive. You turn the dial, the heat changes instantly. It feels a lot like cooking with gas. Infrared, though, has that lag. It has to heat the glass first. So yeah, for pure performance, the winner of round one is induction, hands down.
Let's move on to round two: energy efficiency. This is a big one. Which cooktop uses electricity more wisely? And which one is going to save you some cash on your bills over the long haul?
You know, what's so interesting here is how that direct heating thing pays off again. With induction, something like 85% of the energy goes straight into the food in the pan. Very little heat is just wasted into your kitchen. Infrared, because it has to heat that big surface, loses more of its energy to the air, putting it at around 78% efficiency. Now that might not sound like a huge gap day to day, but trust me, that efficiency difference adds up over time. Over the life of the cooktop, induction's better efficiency means lower electricity bills and, bonus, a cooler kitchen. That's another clear win for induction.
Okay, on to round three, and this is a huge one: cookware compatibility. I mean, what pots and pans can you actually use on these things?
And this is where infrared lands a major blow. See, induction's electromagnetic magic only works with magnetic cookware, think cast iron or most stainless steel. Quick tip: if a magnet sticks to the bottom of your pan, you're good. If not, no dice. Infrared, on the other hand, couldn't care less. It will heat anything: steel, aluminum, glass, ceramic, you name it. For sheer flexibility, the winner here is infrared, no question.
Round four is all about safety. And this is obviously a critical factor for any home, especially if you have curious kids or pets running around. So which cooktop is going to give you more peace of mind?
This really shows another one of those core differences. On an induction cooktop, the glass surface itself doesn't get dangerously hot. It only gets warm from the heat of the pan sitting on it. Plus, the second you lift the pan off, the heating stops instantly. In infrared cooktop, that surface gets extremely hot and stays hot for a while even after you turn it off. So when it comes to safety, induction takes this round decisively.
And now for our final round, the one that, let's be honest, often makes the decision for us: price. How much is this new piece of tech going to set you back up front?
The verdict on this one is pretty simple. Induction is the newer, more advanced technology, and it usually comes with a higher price tag. Infrared cooktops have been around a bit longer, so they're generally the more budget-friendly option when you're at the store making that initial purchase. So, after 5 intense rounds, here's our final scorecard. Induction cleans up on speed, efficiency, and safety. But infrared comes back strong, winning on cookware compatibility and the initial cost.
It's a really interesting matchup, with some very clear strengths and weaknesses on both sides. Okay, with the battle over, it's time to figure out what all this means for you. Because really, there isn't one single winner for everybody. The best choice completely depends on what you value most in your kitchen.
So, who is induction really for? Well, it's for the person who's all about performance. You should go with induction if you want the absolute fastest cooking, the lowest long-term bills, and the highest level of safety you can get. It's also the perfect choice if you already own magnetic pans or you're ready to invest in some new ones.
And who should pick infrared? This is for the cook who values practicality and budget above all else. Choose infrared if you want a cooktop that works with every single pot and pan you already own, no questions asked. And of course, if you're looking for a lower upfront cost without the hassle of buying a whole new set of cookware.
So let's just boil it all down. If you're judging purely on technology, performance, and safety, induction is the clear overall winner. But if your decision really comes down to everyday practicality and keeping things on budget, infrared is a fantastic, super flexible choice that absolutely gets the job done.
And that pretty much brings us to the end. You've seen the facts, you've seen the rounds, and you've seen the final verdicts. Now the only question left to answer is the one that really matters. Based on how you cook and what you value, which one of these contenders is going to be the new champion of your kitchen?
For more such videos, please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for the latest notifications. Thank you.